meeting, but unfortunately circumstances have made it happen. So, we are here. So, firstly, why are we here? Why have we all come tonight? Well, we've come simply to discuss Royton Medical Centre. So whether you're a patient there or a resident of Royton, this affects every single one of us. For the Care Quality Commission, I've inspected the medical centre here in Royton, and it's a damning report. It's dangerous, and we are really, I'm sure you might have spoken to a lot of you, especially when we were leafleting, about your concerns. So, we wanted to know what our local politicians, our councillors, are doing. What are they doing in Royton? We want to discuss what actions we can take to hold them to account. This is your medical centre. This is your health. So, sorry, Joe, are you up with me? So, as you know, we did invite a few people here this evening. So the first person we invited is Dr. John, who is also the Deputy Mayor of Oldham. He's the Royton Medical Centre senior partner, both him and his brother. So we asked him to attend. We've emailed him twice. We've had no response. We then asked Jim McMahon, your MP. We asked him to come. We sent him 2 emails. After the second one, he did reply. He's not coming.
Surprise, surprise.
And he's not coming because he's happy holiday. That's one of the reasons. But the other reason is he said he's doing everything he can to make a difference. And we have got a little bit of what he told us on a slide in a little while. Amanda Jonathan, your local Labour councillor and the leader of Oldham Council at the moment. We asked her twice to come. Yesterday, she emailed us back. And she told us she had another meeting in Royton, so she couldn't attend. But what she said, these words will haunt her for the rest of her life. I'm sure some of you have seen some reports that she's already done. Some interviews outside the wrong medical centre. And we're going to have a little look at what her reply is. You ready? And finally, Marie Bashford, who is the chair of Oldham Health and Wellbeing Board, and also another Royton council. 2 emails. Did she reply? You got it. She didn't bother even replying. So, as we can see, Dr. Jordan, no comment and no reply to our reply. Our MP received yesterday. Unfortunately, I will be unable to attend the meeting. No reason why. Don't know where he is. The patients of the practice are facing issues with their treatment by the practice, and I'm happy to help them out by a case-by-case basis. So, has anybody got any issues with the medical centre? There we go. 1, 2, 3. They're his words, they're not mine. A case-by-case basis, he will take that up. He'll come and see you, and he will take that up. So what we're doing, the Royton Independents, we're going to come with you. So we will send those letters, and we will sit, and he'll have to come and see you, every single one of you. because that's what we're going to do, because we, as the Royton Independents, are going to be with you every step of the way. You're not on your own anymore. The net councillors in Royton are finished. Marie Bashford, no reply. But here it comes. Amanda Chatterton, leader of the council. What did she tell us? So she's getting that excited. I think I'll read what she says. With regards to the CQC report at Royton Medical Practice on Chapel Street, she was making sure she had the right address. You were right. The report was damning. Has anyone heard to say that anywhere else?
No. Yeah, we have.
She has not said that anywhere. She has played this down, but in a reply to us, she said we were right. The report was damning. So where is she? Why isn't she here then? If it's such a damning report, why isn't she here? She then went on to say she had another appointment somewhere else in Royton, so she couldn't come. As she's outlined above, I have nothing else to add. So it's damning, but she's nothing else to say to us. But rest assured, and this is what I just want to ask you, I regularly meet with residents as I walk round and knock on doors, as well as exchanging correspondence with them on this issue. Put your hands up if Amanda Chatterton has spoke to you about that medical centre, has knocked on your door, passed you in the street, and asked you that question. There you go. I rest my case. So I don't know who she's talking to, but whoever it is, they're not here tonight, are they? So what's the background? Well, our Royton Medical Centre was described as a state-of-the-art medical centre, and it only opened in July 21. State-of-the-art. That's what they described it. So Dr. Zion Shannon and his brother are the registered managing GPs there at that practice. So in just over a year, 13 months later, the Quality Care Commission walked in and inspected the centre and found multiple breaches. They said the place was inadequate. In 13 months, this state-of-the-art medical centre had now become inadequate. So, two of the regulations. One of them is Regulation 12. So it tells us that when they inspected, the practice didn't have clear systems, practices and processes to keep people safe and safeguarded from abuse. How does that make you feel? How does that make you feel as a patient? Yes.
But you said a while ago, me and another lady went into the medical centre. Well, as you know, it's like winning the lottery to see a doctor all the time. But we went in and we spoke to a receptionist, and I know her. And it was a decent conversation. We no sooner got out of there, then she must have run into the back and reported us both for abuse. Okay. No, I'm not lying. I told you, haven't I? I received a letter about the abuse. And funny enough, I saw the lady on the precinct a while after, and I said to her, don't mind me asking. I said, if you remember me, did you get a letter of abuse? She said, yes. We were warned off. So how can you hope to take this any farther? Because you will not listen. You won't take any notice if you drop down dead on the floor. That is how bad they are. Yeah, they are.
Absolutely. What they're trying to do, and the report highlighted this, is they're not letting you complain.
No, because we haven't got a voice.
You have now, that's why we're here. You've got a
I
voice.
turned up at the surgery, and this is that word of a lie. A while ago, it was freezing cold. The gate wasn't open, it'd been opened at 8 o'clock. There was a gentleman sat out there with a jacket on in a wheelchair with two halves of legs nearly frozen. And they didn't open the gate till 8:15 because I said to the girl, sorry about your brew, love. Can you let us in? They don't care, love. They
You know,
don't matter what you say
I
to
hear
them.
your anger.
They
I
are
hear your
very
anger.
angry. My husband's got a COPD. I've got a chest infection, one after the other. And I'll lay upon to a penny, 95% of people in this room have got something wrong with them. But we can't phone the chemists up anymore to order our prescriptions. We've got to do it to the doctors. And I know for a fact, I phoned up the other morning to order a prescription, which is for life, and they turned around and said I had to walk down. Now I live at the back of Royton, at the medical centre. We live Church Wall. You can't win with them because he's so busy lining his flaming pockets. Right? That's all he's doing. Same as I said to the lady over there, excuse me, I could be wrong, but when he took this white little coat he puts on, I'm a doctor, did he not take an oath to look after his patients?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Because that is what
That's what you should be doing.
There's no patient that is getting the care that we need.
Absolutely. And that is why we're here.
And Dr. Stewart, I mean, I phoned Dr. Stewart quite a while ago because of chest infections. You know what he asked me? What prescription of antibiotics would you like me to prescribe to you?
Oh, my God.
You're the doctor. I'm not. That's how bad it is, look.
I know. And that's why we're here.
Yeah, but what can you do about it? This
We're going
is
to come
what
to that. We are going to speak about that, what we are doing.
Yeah, right.
And this is the first step. This is the first step. It doesn't end. When you all go on tonight, it's not over. This is us just starting.
No, we'll probably go in there tomorrow and find out we're all struggle.
Well, then we'll come with you.
And where do we go for a doctor?
So the practice didn't have adequate systems for the appropriate and safe use of medicines. How bad is that? How bad is that? And how dangerous is that? The least you're entitled to is healthcare, not being put at risk with not having the medicines. The practice nurses were not appropriately authorised to administer medicines. So someone in there should be taking control of that. So these GPs, the leaders of these practices, that's what they should be doing. So they conducted 5 reviews. They looked at 5 reviews. The people had had the medicine reviews. And they've been completed without the patient's involvement. So what does that tell you? There you go. We're just filling in paperwork, aren't we? Ticking boxes. So 3 of these have been coded without all the repeat medicines being reviewed. Some ongoing monitoring processes have not been checked. Just 1 second. Yes, Warren. Warren, do you live in Royton? Well, let me get back to you at the end. Let me just whiz through this.
I'm for 4 years. Nearly 20 years in the National Health Service. The likes of me, because the city councillors sat here that are on the council now, I sat with some of them for 4 years. But the likes of me, an ex-councillor in my service at the NHS, be allowed to say something.
Absolutely. Everyone can say something.
Thank you.
Okay, it's not an open council meeting. Everyone can speak in here. So readers could not demonstrate that they have the capacity and skills to deliver high quality care. Oh, I can't believe what I'm reading, can you? So you didn't have the capacity. Why didn't you have the capacity? Because it's not bloody there. You don't have the capacity if you're in the building, do you? I believe this doctor is now wanting to be an MP and spends half his week in Penfield, where he's canvassing to be an MP.
And the mayor of Oldham.
And he's the deputy mayor of Oldham. So he's never in the practice, yes, well.
How do you know that the nurses are qualified?
Because that's what the CQC found when they went in there.
Yeah, well, how did you find it? Because of those certificates or what?
I don't know. You'd have to question.
Well,
We can send that question in to the CQC and ask them.
To admit that.
Sorry, there's an example.
I'll give you an example. When I went to see the nurse for an asthma review, she couldn't do the breathing test because she hadn't been trained in it.
Yeah.
She's a trained
So
nurse.
it's called an
I think she's a
extended
trained
role.
nurse. Yeah, but
It's
she's
an
not
extended
not had
role.
training in certain areas, which is what CQC is.
And I'm glad you told me that because I'm supposed to be having one on December the 1st. And then the great.
So they are nurses, but for general practice, there's other things they would need to do, like Amanda says. Maybe do, you know, a test for COPD, but that takes additional training. They haven't had it. So they're out there to see patients with maybe a diagnosis that they're unable to progress with them. So the overall governance arrangements were ineffective. 13 months this surgery had been open. And we're reading this. We saw examples of systems and processes that were not effective, including the process for requesting disclosure and barring service checks. So what's that telling us? The process for checking emergency medicines and the process to manage significant events and complaints. DBS checks. Checking the staff to see, or anyone who's in that doctor's surgery, to see if they've not got a criminal record. Not done. Anybody could have been in that surgery with access to your records. Access to your children, access to your address, all your personal details, and none of them have been DBS checked. The practice did not have clear and effective processes for managing risks, issues, and performance. So I thought they know if they were doing well. No one ever checked. They didn't have a process in place to check that. Everyone was just doing everything ad hoc. And nobody questioning, let me ask. And I'm sure there's people in this room that took those complaints to the doctors and were not allowed to say them. They maybe took them to counsellors who did not act on your behalf.
I got the politics of
Oh, did you?
because I went to certificate and I got told when I got back. Zero apologies on behalf of the surgeon.
You know what I do, love? I'd make sure you got that in writing. Because they'll say, oh, it was the cleaner that rang you. Get it in writing. Get it in writing. The practice did not always act on appropriate and accurate information. So what could that be? They could have had a letter from the hospital, you've been to see a consultant, they might have said you needed a certain medication or treatment, and the practice did not act.
My doctor about the quite
So the system's broken, isn't it? We know the NHS is broken. We know that. We know there's lots of things going wrong, but this is our local medical centre.
He asked me, and I took the opposite. I said, I should go.
Absolutely not. But this is a local medical centre that's failing at every turn. So the practice did not fully involve the public, staff and external partners to sustain high quality and substantial care. So What does that tell us? The patient participation group. Did that happen? It's the one.
It used to be one because I used to chair it, and when they got a new practice manager, when Dr. Shawn took it over, they got rid of the patient participation group, and I had changed the word, and I'm still not being taken out.
Yeah, so they don't want patients holding them to account.
You can have a form online, you can fill it in, I take part of it, but nobody will come back to you once you filled it in, because I filled it in as well. If everybody goes on and does it, then we'll have a patient voice.
Absolutely. Thanks, Amanda.
Maybe just out of interest, do we know what qualifications the doctor at the practice has? We know what Dr. Stewart has, because that's on the practice leaflet. But there's no other qualifications.
Isn't it?
Not on the practice leaflet.
Probably don't have any.
Well, maybe that's something we should be asking then, isn't it? So maybe we should ask what qualifications these doctors who are leading this medical practice have.
Dr. Stewart has. It's not recorded what the other two doctors have, unless
So, Oldham's full of people in positions that they can't do. This is one of them. This is a,
Technical issues.
and I would put it on the diversity push me.
So tell me here if I'm wrong. How many wrong councillors have spoke out about this?
Something here tonight.
Till late tonight. Already called the meeting. So Royton councillors remain silent and have refused to act on the behalf of patients in the local community. Anyone ever taken a complaint to their local councillor? Yeah. And I'm sorry, David, if you just hold on, because this is a meeting for Royton residents. You as a councillor, absolutely, you're here, but this is not your meeting. If you'd have wanted a meeting, you could have called one. Right. Amanda Chatterton, leader of Oldham Council, and the Royton South councillor, have sought to mislead patients and the local community. She has. After our public statement issued on social media just on the 9th of November, Councillor Chatterton felt pressured. We put her under pressure then. And she then made a public statement. How seriously is she taking this when she had her photo taken outside the wrong medical centre? But that was on purpose. She did that on purpose. Because it's a mate that owns Royton Medical Centre. The deputy mayor of Oldham Council. So she's hardly going to hang him out to dry, is she?
Neither is the secretary.
Sorry?
Neither is the secretary. I sat in Oldham Council last Tuesday, not Tuesday, just on the one before. They announced in to see Amanda Chatterton. And they said, not in her office. I remember that I was in charge of it. Sean Field, Jim McMahon, a lot of them. Came back in, God said, here, I'll wait for it to be here. And I'm not really so close. Anyway, I got this phone call and I thought it was the secretary called me. I'm not sure it's Nicky Robertson, but as soon as I mentioned David Shaw, she said, oh no, you're not going on about it. So I told somebody else how big she was. So I'll give the people in. But that's the response you get when you try and get to the I don't think she's speaking to, but I don't speak to.
I think we know what she thinks of us, Amanda Chatterton, or else she'd have been here tonight.
I think the councillor after councillor after councillor, it's one of Robert, They've only just gone and let that out, now it's up to 6.9.
As long as you don't get back in here.
David Shaw has said, he said it's not supposed to safeguard. I think the elderly lady in my practice, and I go to the her policy commission every time I brought her. And I didn't know he was on her policy commission. At the end of the day, it's the same with Ofsted, the egg teachers, the nothing bodies around with the Ofsted, or can't get past them. That's the problem. I hope.
Right, well, let's see what we can do. All right, we're going to look at what we can do tonight. So, the Royton Independents felt the need to voice your deep concerns as well as ours, and to work for and on behalf of you. So we're going to take your voice and we want to take it to people who are going to listen. So what happens next? Well, Councillor Amanda Johnson said the Royton Independents were right. We were right. The report was damning. So what next? Well, we are now going to fight on behalf of the people of Royton. And we're going to get you some answers. The Royton Independents will support an action group with your help. Let's not take this lying down. People have walked over us for long enough.
See, they're encouraging you, and they're not here. You can't get responses off them. Where else can you go?
Yeah.
To get answers from?
We will build pressure. That's all we're doing.
But in the meantime, we're still for, yeah.
No, the complaint process that the independents could take the complaint through that process, and it's formally logged and has to be formally responded to. I think that's the thing, when you get it formally logged and it's got to be investigated, you've got to
So, an action group, if we support you to set up an action group, and we'll be with you all the way. Royton needs a fresh start. We need to start again. We've seen it doesn't work. The councillors we have, they're not accountable to us. I mean, where is she? Marie Bashford, she's not here. Amanda Jonathan, not here.
Oh, dodgy.
They're just ignoring us, aren't they? They're not here. They don't care. None of them care about me or they care about you.
So what do you think you can do to make your welfare?
Get voted in first and get them out. Labour are nearly lost the majority in the council now. Next year, they're likely to lose it. Be more democratic, you'll get more things talked about. People, other councillors will stand up for you and stuff like that. Just let's get Labour out, honestly. The 33, 34 seats can go next year. Can go next.
You know, she came back and said, you were right, the report is damning. She has just hung herself. Because if she sat here having a meeting when she should have took the lead and have done something.
You should be here and answering everybody's questions.
Oh, absolutely. So I can't answer all those questions, but what I can do is support you, and the rest of the independent team will support you to get those answers. So we need to move on. We're looking for people to help us. We can't do this on our own. We've got a small team, a very dedicated team, I have to say, who work tirelessly. Helping with our paperwork. People who've got experience in social media, fundraising, general volunteers, people leafleting and supporting us. And if you're interested in doing any of the above, then speak to any of us. We're all here tonight. Some of us are here. They'll all be waving. I don't know. Oh, Joe's there on the machine. So, I don't want you to leave, right? I'll get a drink, but I need you to talk to us. I need you to tell us your complaints. And we are going to support you to take those to Jim McMahon. And Jim McMahon, in his own words, has said that he will deal with it face-to-face on a case-by-case basis. Well, let's try now. Every single one of your complaints, the Royton Independents will support you with them. Right, Warren, what do you want to say, love?
Come on. Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
I don't need the mic, do.
No.
First of all, I sat for 4 years. Let me set the scene for you at the council chamber, because you're all brand new. And this meeting tonight, in my opinion, and I'm 84 years of age, I was 60 years in the Labour Party and have been a member of 5 parties. Active member of 5 parties. I was in the NHS, I worked on the ambulance service, I worked with Mr. Dr. Steptoe, I worked at Kershaw's, so I've got a bit of experience. Now, what I want to do, and it's going to be quick, this, because we've got councillors in this room now. Now, there's 60 councillors in that chamber, all parties, but the majority is my old party, over 60 years, Labour. I lost them a long time ago. Now then, what I want to find out tonight is that when I was a councillor and I stood up about the arena attack, because one of my responsibilities, councillors around here, who are here from other parties, let me remind you that one of my responsibilities when I was a councillor was the health and safety of the residents. And I didn't care about Palesworth, I cared about the Old of Oldham and everybody else. That was my job. I got paid for it, councillors. So therefore, what I want to know is, I've seen these 2 reports, and my health centre in Palesworth was one of them, by the Tory government, and I support the Tories, and I've never been a member, but I've been a member of 5. I welcome that report from the CQC, top people, and they did everything in them 2 reports about this centre that you belong to and mine. But by God, with my experience in the health service and an ex-elected councillor for 4 years, and I'm going to come to the question in a minute, but these councillors, because I've got to set the scene, because all these people are new. This is a wonderful meeting.
Come on, get on with it. Stop kicking.
My question is that all you councillors sat in here tonight, and that if I'd have been the council, they included me, should have got this CQC damning reports about the health and safety of the residents. I want to know, when these councillors here, at the back here, when did they catch sight of this?
Warren, I'm not catch sight.
Because
ask them. You sat
well, I want to ask them, because you sat here, you might have not got sight of this damning report, because it's another cover-up by Labour.
Warren, honestly, I'm with you. Talk to them.
I'm not talking to them, they can tell you. They can answer.
Yeah, but Warren, they can't do nothing because Labour hold the majority. Labour hold the majority. When they lose the majority, they'll do something.
All I'm saying is you might not have seen these reports, and if they haven't, let them say
They have
something.
seen them.
Have they seen them?
Go on, Warren.
Did you all get one personally here? Now, if you got one personally, you should have raised it. My party, Independent Party.
Right, what we're going to do, that's Warren, just speak to your councillors over there. Right, what we're going to do is the members.
When you these councillors to the one outside.
Right, people are going to start leaving, Warren, so I'm going to cut you off there. Thanks for that. Right, what we are going to do is the members of the Royton Independent Party are going to take the seats of the people who have not arrived tonight. So they're going to be there, and they're going to be there to listen to you. Take your complaints and move with this. So I might sit in the MP seat. Go on.
Why not?
Yeah, and if anybody at all wants to join us in whatever capacity, there are forms on the table. Please don't just leave here and not fill them in. The only way we are going to make this work and make a difference if we do it together. We'll take the fight to them. We'll never know till we try, will we? This is it. You must have been willing to fight to come here tonight. Well, hold that. Come and talk to us at the front. Well, we do it, Fernando.
They'll find it. I mean, I streamed it. They don't like public having the meetings on their own. We'll all be worried.
Okay, thank you very
so
much
you'll
for
see
coming. Please
things
don't
start to
disappear.
happen.
We're here to talk to you, and we're at the front. So on behalf of the Royton Independent team, thank you so much for this evening.
Well, I mean, we're all here. What is the council will know that they've had a meeting, and since I've been doing in Hollywood, you'll see them. They'll start to do things, so things will move on this medical side. I can tell you because of this meeting. They're scared of that because they'll be thinking that meeting's going on. No one's going to be voting Labour, and they'll be like, ah, honestly, they will. You watch, they will. Well, I mean, I'm not one of them, but you talk to Marie and that, get their numbers. They live in Royton, they're going to be running candidates, and they'll help you. I mean, I'm running in Hollywood, but when people email me about things, I've emailed First Choice Homes, Great Places, I've emailed the council, want to get things started. But this is what they don't like. They don't like us having public meetings, and they'll be shitting it. They will, honestly.
When you frustrated, you call and you say, hey, I think we ran to the baby. Went to the other day, you told them what I wanted, and you went to the no. So you'll have to leave. And all I needed was a signal. I'd already put it on the spreadsheet, but it hadn't been done. This is 3.5 weeks waiting. He said, I'm not going. I'm not going until we get it.
Well, I mean, like I said,
And then they don't fetch it, please, to be removed.
talk to these lot will do all that for you. They'll start emailing the council and stuff like that, and you will see a change because we've had a public meeting. They don't like that. Next, they've got 33 or 34 seats. Labour used to have over 40 in 2018. They nearly lost the majority. As soon as they lose the majority, I'll expect the Conservative councillors to do more because of the. But are they all Labour? Well, there's Robert Barnes, but I mean, there's only so many Conservatives in the council. They haven't got any power because Labour dominate. As soon as you take that off, yeah, as soon as you take that power off Labour, Robert Barnes and other ones will be able to set and have more say because people will be voting on their side. But it's just we've just got to get that Labour down.
No, but I want to go in Facebook or anything like that.
No, but you're turning up. Well, it doesn't matter. You're turning up at the meeting, and that's the main thing. That's the main thing. The council will be like, ah, shit, look at them all turning up at this meeting. We're going to lose votes next year. We better do something. Let's sort that medical practice out. Is there? Yeah. I'm going to have a look now. Oh, God. Right, no worries. No worries. Yeah, come on, I'm going for a fag anyway. Eh? Don't be kicking off, John. What am I doing here? Oh, there's the button. Well, how'd you get back in then?
That one.
Right, yeah.
Oh, you've probably been someone coming out as you're going in. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm not stopping long now anyway.
we're going off to it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go up that end.
Look, what we're going next.
Yeah, I'm still live, by the way, so don't say anything unless I'm gonna incriminate you. I want an interview off one of the women in you see, So thank you for tuning in, guys. I'm at Royton Band Club, Brass Band Club. The Royton Independents have had a meeting about the healthcare centre just up the road, which is a failure. Procedures not done, DBS checks not done. This is because we have people who cannot. We put people for the sake of diversity into positions that they're not good enough to do. And that is Oldham Council. That's what Oldham Council's like. I did a video a couple of weeks ago about this particular kind of thing, and that's what they've done. I'm hanging up my live stream now, but I've got I'm going to try and get an interview of Marie, who started the Royton Independents, and I mean, I'd love them to join my party, but Pat did say we have to help other people, so I will volunteer to maybe do a couple of days worth of leafleting and stuff like that for them. But I mean, South Royton is where Amanda Chatterton's in, and I think what I'll do is leaflet that with our NHPUK recruitment leaflets, Royton South. So that's coming up. That's where I think one of the places I'm going to do. That's one of the places that I'm gonna focus on is Royton South. But yeah, you heard the meeting there. You heard them talking, residents talking about the failures of the medical centre and all that lot. There is some councillors in actually. Brian Obin's in. There is a couple of councillors serving councillors in to come and listen to it. But you know, they can't do nothing until we take the majority off Labour in the council, and that could be next year. So they won't be getting just ticking all them things because Labour people are in the loop. They won't be getting everything that they want. It'll be more democratic, and people will be able to vote against Labour's policies or whatever in the council, which is a good thing, which is unfortunately a brilliantly good thing. Big Johnny, your NHPUK TV live Thursday in Royton. Royton Independents, a meeting about the health centre, and the guy in charge of the health centre, he's under scrutiny now for £600,000 not being declared, going to some business or something. I don't know the full details, but I will get it. But thank you very much, and I'll catch you all up soon.